All right, I'm Nick. Today we received the Sig P365 Fuse back in the mail. If you've been watching along, I sent it out exactly 7 days ago. Sig reached out, they saw some videos, they saw we had some problems. They wanted it back so they could test it out and see what was wrong with it. I got some notes over there, but 7 days is pretty quick. They told me that they would only have the gun in for repair for 48 hours and it would come back out instantly. So shipped it out on a Friday, got it back on a Friday. That's pretty good, all right? Now, ideally, we don't send it back at all, but things happen. Okay, so this paperwork came back inside the gun case. It says repair, customer reports failures to feed during firing. Fantastic. Gunsmith comments. Firearm inspection performed, work performed, polished the breech face, polished the stripper rail, and polished the chamber transition. I did look. They definitely polished those things, right? Uh, if that's all it takes, great. It should be all it takes, but man, it should come ready to run and not have any issues. It says the gun was tested, firearm passed function test, and fired without malfunction. Tested with all supplied magazines. I sent in all 3 that came with it. They fired a total of 114 rounds through it. They fired Fiocchi 158 grain FMJ, Sig 115 grain FMJ, and Spear 147 grain JHP. Awesome. So that's great. I wanted you guys just to hear that just so you knew what they did. I got 3 magazines right here loaded. Got some more loose ammo in there. We're going to run the gun. We're going to see what happens, and we'll talk about it, right? 3 8-inch targets out there is pretty much where I shot from yesterday. And the 7x11 or 12s over there. Let's just see what happens. All right, red dot looks good. I'm telling you, it's a fine shooting pistol, all right? It shoots amazing when it's shot. I suck. Got a little crazy there. Got a little crazy there halfway through that magazine. Haven't had any problems, though. It appears to be ejecting everything perfectly. I don't like that trigger, man. Still haven't had any issues. I still don't like the trigger. That's just preference. You can get used to it. You can kind of see that I'm kind of pulling it and I expect it to go off, but it's not going off. The brake is not very clean. That's nothing new. That's very P365-ish. The triggers just aren't that great. It's a reality of it. It's a defensive pistol. It doesn't really matter. But if you shoot something like that carry comp that we've been shooting, the trigger is so good in that gun. The brake is so crisp. You go to shoot this and you're like, hey, the trigger sucks. All right, we're 3 magazines in. I didn't clean it. I got it back from them, and I just came out here to shoot it. They definitely did not clean it. If they shot 114 rounds through with no issues, I didn't clean it before I sent it off. They very well may have just fixed all the problems. Now we're going to load up about, I guess there's probably another 30 rounds in there or so. We're going to load those up. We're going to shoot those too, and we'll see how it does. Obviously, it's shooting fine, all right? And I'm telling you, man, I want to love this thing. I think this is it's a great pistol. I like everything about it. Like I said, I like the way it looks. It just has to be able to shoot without any kind of issue. So I'm going to load these magazines, and we'll fast forward to it. We'll be back to shooting. All right, there's 9, 10, or 11 rounds in each of the magazines. We're gonna go through it. And look, I really want to compare this pistol to the Shield Plus carry comp that's coming out, or the Shield carry comp, or whatever the heck it's called. The names just keep getting longer and longer, right? I think they're going to be two great carry options, and I personally carry a Shield Plus, and I want to be able to compare the two. So now that this maybe it's running better, maybe it's fixed, that's great, but it should come with all those things already polished. Like, it should be ready to run to save your life. Not, I got to send it back out to Sig's custom shop. That's who did the work. Sig's custom shop did the work. You should not have to do that. It should already be ready, right? Obviously, we got that Smith & Wesson carry comp. Great pistol. If you haven't watched those videos, go check them out. Zero malfunctions, zero issues. Pull out of the box, do whatever you want to do with it, good to go. And that's the way it should be, in my opinion, all right? If you are familiar with this, it's got 3 reticles. We're just using the little small 2 MOA dot, and I haven't found it a few times. I would prefer a bigger dot for just running these targets real quick. But no excuses. Some days I just suck. Got a little crazy. That last shot, I didn't let my finger out far enough for the reset. And that's just one thing. I've said it a bunch of times. If you're going to carry a pistol or shoot a pistol, you need to pick one and just keep shooting it, bouncing around between different platforms, different triggers, all these different things. You're never going to get great, like truly great at all of them, because they're just subtly different. Like, just a little bit. Triggers is a little bit different. I didn't let it go out far enough for the reset. Sometimes I have pulled the trigger and I felt like it should have gone bang, and I'm already moving to the next shot in my brain. You're just a little ahead of cycle. But I really like this gun. I think it shoots great. One thing that this is every P365 that I've never really been a big fan of. I don't feel like there's enough room to get my hand in here, and as I shoot, I feel like my support hand doesn't really have anywhere to go. That's a me thing. That's a grip thing. And I'm just an average. I'm about 6 foot, just under 6 foot. I'm just an average sized person. Those are things I think about. I will tell you that I love a lot of things about this gun. I'm looking forward to comparing it to that Shield comp. Okay, I think that'll be a great comparison for it. Obviously, this has a little more capacity than that Shield does, but capacity, it's not everything to me personally. All right, so back from Sig, we just ran about 100 rounds through it, zero issues, thankfully. If you guys want to see more rounds through it, man, leave a comment. Let me know you're watching. Leave a comment. Tell me what you want to see. I probably won't shoot this until after that Sig or after that Shield comes in, okay? Which I'm patiently waiting for. Not so patiently, actually. But all right, we're done. We're rambling. Thanks for watching.